Hello and welcome to another episode of Combs Teeny Tiny Town. Today I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing my new Rapido GP20 Procor 20,000 gallon tank cars. Now these are iconic rail cars seen all around my part of the country here in Western Canada, and these are very exciting. They're highly detailed models and they're going to be a great addition to my layout here at Combs Teeny Tiny Town. So let's quit talking and start unboxing. Okay, so here are the cars in all their glory. Now, I was able to get 3 different road numbers and 3 different examples of the Procor with the larger Procor road name on the tank here. And I was able to get these at Paris Junction Hobbies, which actually has a really great little online website store for those who want to order online who aren't in Southern Ontario. And then at my local hobby shop here, Warehouse Hobbies here in Winnipeg, I was able to get 2 examples of the company cars in CP Rail lettering, which you see here. And this was literally it. This is all they had at my local hobby shop. So I had to kind of branch out a little bit, and I was able to get 5 of them, which I think will be enough to fill up and look reasonably in scale on my small scale 4x6 layout. Okay, so let's have a little closer look and unbox one of these examples here. Okay, so here we have it here. So I'm going to look at the Procor PROX 46059. So let's have a look inside the packaging here. So of course, Rapido makes a premium product, and everything is packaged up really nicely, and comes in boxes with lots of great stuff to keep your model safe. So here you go. It comes with an insert here describing the general purpose tank car, Procor 20,000 gallon, and you can see there they show the different eras of the Procor design here. So here's the very early example, here's the sort of mid-range example, the larger lettering, and then also here we have North American, and one of the not the company cars, but this is for the province of Alberta. Okay, so in any event, some good information here. So the car, of course, comes in a nice secure clamshell with a sort of friction locked points here. I'm not sure exactly what you call them, but I think it's like a friction sort of mechanism that keeps them in place. And then, of course, the model is then wrapped carefully in plastic. So before we even get it out of the box, you can see, just a fine amount of detail, a lot of the piping along the bottom here. Now, it's a slightly wavy here, I guess, just because of the vagaries of how the detail is applied and whatnot in the factory. But yeah, like a lot of very delicate features here. So the stirrups, maybe I'll just get a little pointer here so you can see the very delicate plastic stirrups here. The piping, this is all, as far as I can tell, in plastic, I believe. Ladders, the lettering here, very sharp. And of course, you have these blackened wheels, which I think give it a really authentic look. Okay, so let's just very carefully, if we can, what I like to do is sort of use the plastic to sort of lift it out. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna have no choice but to touch it with my dirty hands. Okay, so let's just put it down here on the ground. Okay, so again, you've got you have these nicely applied railings on the top, the hatches, vents. At the end, of course, you have the brake wheels, the little sort of diamond-shaped signs, the hoses, again the wire grabs and such, and the lettering in great detail. So really an amazing looking car. Now, if we look underneath, of course, quite a bit of underbody detail as well. You can see here, again, very, very delicate and not the kind of thing you want to manhandle too much, but really an impressive and detailed model. Okay, so here's just a closer view of the car here. So as you can see, there's just a huge amount of underbody detail, hosing, piping, and now this is the kind of stuff that, of course, as you can see here, the wheels are going to be very close to a lot of that piping. So having, I think preferably, you know, a 22-inch radius curve is probably best for these cars, although I think that they are technically designed for 18-inch radius curves, which is what I have on my layout here. So if we go in a little bit closer here, you can really see some of the lettering here, those really stand out conspicuity marks. Now, if I take us off the stand here a little bit, and we look at the end here, of course, you've got the brake wheel, you got, you know, air tanks, you've got the etched metal walkways, and the standard, I believe now, standard Katy couplers on the front. The hoses, separately applied grabs, stirrups, and again, just a tremendous amount of detail on the lettering here. So really just an outstanding example with all the details, and the kind of thing that you want to be very, very careful handling. So again, looking at the other side, you can see this is a really nice detail here. The little sort of diamond-shaped sign, the letters which are legible here, and that etched metal walkway, and the grabs, very, very finely detailed, just amazing and so incredibly realistic. So just a really outstanding job by Rapido. Absolutely great. Okay, well here the Procor GP20 is on the tracks, and look at it. It has these really, of course, they really stand out, the conspicuity marks, I believe that's what you call them. And as I said, the lettering really, really sharp. And look at that underbody detail there. I mean, it's really, really something. And the other thing I should mention here, I believe Rapido is now going to make standard the Katy couplers rather than those McDonald Cartier couplers. And as you can see, look at that that pin there is a little low. Now, normally when I put Katys on something, I normally bend these pins up just a tad because there is always a danger that the car could derail if it hits, you know, something in the track works that is a little bit high. So likewise over here, you can see the Katy coupler here. So again, I would probably, after I do this video, I'll probably bend the pin up just ever so slightly. But look at all that, that detail there. And look at that etched metal walkway. That is fantastic. That looks so realistic. So really, really impressed with the detail here. I mean, the tanks that I was used to having when I was a youngster in the 1980s, they look like toys. They look like cartoons, not actual real equipment. Okay, so let's just ever so slightly see if we can get this car guy to mate up with the car here. Oh, there we go. It was a little too gingerly. Now, it looks to me as if the couplers are at the correct height. They seem to match up perfectly. But again, you can see the difference between the McDonald Cartier on the Rapido SW1200 switcher versus the Katy coupler of the Procor. Okay, so I believe these cars are designed to make it around an 18-inch radius curve. So my layout has some fairly tight curves, so we'll see if this guy is able to make it around the curves. If not, there may be some adjustments required in order to make that happen, or I might just have to accept the fact that my curves are a little too tight here. All right, so here we go. Now this is the test here. I hear a little squeaking, so I think my sense is those curves are a little tight, but it is enough. There's enough clearance that it can make it around those fairly tight curves. All right, well, that's about it. My assessment here is that these cars are fantastic, and I think they'd make a really great addition to anybody who is modeling probably even the late 80s, right up to the present day, in fact. I'm going to really enjoy getting all 5 of these cars out and having a full train of oil cars running around Combs Tiny Town. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. And if you like what you see, please click like, and please consider subscribing to Combs Teeny Tiny Town for more content about my model railroading adventures. Take care, everybody. Stay safe.